This is Chaplain Karen Moore here to bring you the thought of the week. This week's thought is standing firm. Back when I was first learning how to drive, I would go home on a particular route in the countryside, in particular to go and look at this huge, ginormous, beautiful tree. This tree was out in the middle of nowhere. There was nothing surrounding it. It was the road, the tree. Now there was a ditch that was going right next to it and where all of the roots of this tree was getting its nourishment. And then the field in which this tree belonged to that family. And I admired looking at it. And every time I go back home and I visit my family, I go and see how this huge tree is doing. I reminisce about the times my dad talked about when he was a kid, used to go to that farm and play with the family kids there. And that tree was there. Man, this tree stood through the droughts, through the storms, and yet was so beautiful. It would cover the entire road in a big portion of the field, providing for the farm animals or providing for shade and rest for so many. And again, it just gave off a beauty and awe. Now, take this tree here. This tree is very, very young. It has very shallow roots because it was uprooted and moved by the nursery, moved by the homeowners to be put into this yard. And it didn't have enough to keep it upright because within any storm it would have been whooshed away. Instead, they put these lines there, these strings, in order to hold it upright, to give it support until its roots are able to grow. And quite frankly, it probably won't be able to grow for another few years, way past the time that I'll be here. How are we like one of these trees? Now, in the military sense, we get moved around constantly, so our roots are constantly picked up and placed into somewhere else, and we're told to bloom where you're planted, which there's truth to that. But if we're going to adapt to that type of style where there isn't a source of water, where there isn't time to grow and put down roots, then we need to have a stability to help us to stand firm, even though we aren't that grand oak tree. We have to have the support of others. So while you are looking around, what are you standing firm in? What are you going to place your roots in? If you could grasp your roots on something, what is that going to be? For me, as a chaplain, of course, it's my faith. I need to belong to a faith community of like-minded people so that I'm encouraged, that I am realizing that wherever I go, I have a community that is supportive. And that helps me to be like that beautiful oak tree out in the countryside. While I'm here and I'm uprooted from my hometown, I need to also find those strings, those supports I've given on other people. That means I have to trust in people. I have to be a little bit transparent. And I have to be stabilized by something else so that, again, I could tap my roots into the thing that matters most. Standing firm in what you believe, standing firm in the truth, standing firm in what is important to you needs to be the number one priority, and then getting support from the outside to support you in that one thing. That's what's going to that's going to take you through the test of time and help you to last and be beautiful and big, like that big oak tree in the countryside. This is Chaplain Karen Moore, here to bring you the thought of the week. Karen Moore about you. Have a blessed week.